Good afternoon, Colin here with Techout, and today we're going to be unboxing and taking a look at the Anker 5-in-1, 14-in-1 8K capable Thunderbolt 5 dock. And thank you to Anker for sending this out for review. They sent this out. I'm going to be hooking this up to my Mac Mini setup. It works with Thunderbolt 5 and Thunderbolt 4 devices. So I'm going to be replacing my older USB-C hub. This is going to power one of my monitors, as well as give me some additional ports, USB-A, USB-C up on the front here, as well as an SD card slot over on the side. So we're going to go ahead and get this out of the box and take a look at it. I'm going to disconnect my old setup here, and then we will hook this up and take a look at the capabilities and all that kind of stuff. So nice Anker packaging here. Opens just like Apple, which is kind of cool. This is like the Apple of hubs and battery banks and all that stuff. So I will have a YouTube shopping link or Amazon link in the description, depending on what is available. Here is the hub itself. We're going to go ahead and put that off to the side. Let's take a look at what else is in the box here. So that is it for the box. We'll go ahead and put that off to the side. We do have another little accessory box in here, and that contains your power cable as well as a Thunderbolt 5 cable, which is nice that they include because these can get kind of pricey. And then we have the Anker dock itself. It's got some nice weight to it. Definitely not going to slide around your desk, which is one thing I hate about USB hubs. The smaller ones is they never want to sit right on the desk, and it just doesn't look good. But this is almost the same size as my Mac Mini. Actually, you know what? Let me put it on top of my Mac Mini real quick. Yeah, you can definitely just set that on top of your Mac Mini, and it basically just makes it a little taller. But it is very nice. So we've got your connections back here. It tells you, you connect this port to the computer, connect to SSD or monitor, and only select one as video output. So we'll peel this off here and I'll show you what they're talking about. So right here is going to be your computer port. This is also capable of charging your computer. So if you plug in a laptop, it will charge it. I am going to be plugging in a Mac Mini there, so I won't be using that. We have two Thunderbolt 5 ports right here, so you can connect a monitor through the pass-through. And then you can also use either HDMI or DisplayPort right here. You can only use one of these ports at a time, so you can hook a monitor up to one of these and a monitor up to one of these. It does support two displays. I will be using an HDMI, and I'm probably just going to leave my studio display connected to my Mac Mini. So we'll connect that, we'll connect this, and then I'll just use these as additional ports for my SSDs and stuff like that. We have two 10 gigabit capable USB, or 10 gigabit per second capable USB-A's right here, a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, which is nice. So if you're doing like large file transfers, you have a NAS or something like that, you can get 2.5 gigabit Ethernet on that. And then right here we have 10 gigabit USB-Cs on the front as well. These do not output video. You have to use one of the ones on the back for the video. We have a headphone jack, and we have 10 gig USB as well. So very nice connection right there. These also charge. You can do 45 watts total between the two. So if you're plugging in like a phone or something like that, you can charge through these ports. And then we have your TF card and SD card reader on the side, which is very nice. I just picked up an Elgato Stream Deck with the USB hub on it, and it's got the port on the side, but I can't get my card out because it's so close to the bottom. So I'm going to be definitely using this. This does have a fan for cooling, so we'll check that out. It does have a little nice light across the top when it's on, and it does some different things when you're using like higher intensity workloads. It will flash and stuff like that to let you know that it's really working. So I'm gonna get all this hooked up, and then I'll show you the setup. All right, so here we go. I'm not using any of the front ports right now, but I went ahead and hooked my HDMI monitor up to it. For whatever reason, when I hooked up my Thunderbolt cable for my studio display, my Apple Studio display, I didn't get any output on the HDMI port, but I did get my studio display. So I just went ahead and switched my studio display back over to being plugged into my Mac. So the only two things being connected to my Mac via USB-C, or via Thunderbolt rather, are the hub and the studio display. So I have the ports on this, and then I have the ports on the back of my display available, and everything is working. I have this hooked up to Ethernet. I have USB-A devices, and I have my second or third, I guess, monitor via HDMI, and everything is working just fine. I've got my Elgato Stream Deck here plugged in, which has a couple ports in the back of it as well. So that is very nice. And then, like I said, I've got the SD card slot right there on the side. So everything is working. I've got all my monitors up and running. So that is nice to see. So very nice. It's not loud at all. I can't hear it. There's no fan noise. That is audible from me sitting at my desk. We've got the power button on the front there. If you want to turn it off for whatever reason, you can do that. But being that it's plugged in on my desk, I'm just going to have it on all the time. That way it's ready to go when I sit down at my computer. So that is the Anker 14-in-1 Thunderbolt 5 and Thunderbolt 4 hub. Thank you to Anker for sending this out. And if you guys want to pick one up for yourself, there will be links in the description, or it will have shown up on a YouTube shopping banner if you're interested in purchasing one. I'm Colin with Techout. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and have a great day.